Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm here today to talk to you about what to do when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling demotivated. Perhaps you've been trying all the things and nothing's been working, or maybe you've been doing loads and loads of reading and you're just feeling really confused about what on earth you're supposed to be doing. Maybe you're just feeling like, oh, what is the point? I can't find that kind of oomph to get going. So that is what I'm going to be talking you through today, so that hopefully either straight away or maybe tomorrow or Monday you can get your head in the right place and get yourself moving forwards. So the first thing that you should do is watch this entire series, this Motivation Week series, because that's what this has been all about, getting your head in the right space. And so far we've been talking about mindset pieces, we've been talking about the physiology of willpower and motivation, and how there's fluctuations in blood sugars, hormones, and that sort of thing, which can very much impact your overall energy and willpower. So we've really covered a lot of it this week, and the mindset and that kind of foundation is a really good thing to get in place. But you may well still be thinking, I just don't know how to get started, or maybe you keep planning to get started and then you keep putting it off. So the most important thing to do is to just do one thing. Just do one thing. Focus on one thing that you're going to do to either work towards a goal or something, one thing that you know is going to benefit you. Because we all have the tendency to do this thing where, like I was saying yesterday, we have the tendency to make things harder for ourselves. And when we're thinking about making changes, we have the tendency to overcomplicate things and really to try and overhaul everything all in one go. You know, we often sit down and say, right, tomorrow or Monday, I'm gonna drink 2 litres of water. I'm gonna make sure that I have 5 portions of vegetables. I'm gonna do a workout every day. I'm gonna get 8 hours sleep, and I'm gonna get to bed earlier. I'm gonna get up earlier. I'm gonna do body brushing, and you know, the list goes on and on. There's so many things that you could do. And it's overwhelming. I've done it myself, where I've made this master plan which is going to just change my life because of doing all those things that I know I should be doing. However, it comes to it and it just feels suffocating. It's really, really hard to actually do it. And actually, it would be way, way more productive to just do one thing. You're much more likely to do one thing really, really well than trying to do 10 things, 20 things, because the likelihood is if you set yourself the task to do 20 things, then you'll probably do maybe half of them poorly, and the rest of them you might not even do at all. So if we set ourselves the task to do just one thing, it's easier to implement, so it feels less daunting. But not only that, but it sticks, because you're putting all your attention on that. And if you just keep doing that until you change your habit and until it's feeling more natural, like your default, then you can bring in the next thing, and just implement one thing at a time. So that is what I highly, highly recommend to help you start moving forwards, because the last thing that we want to do is overwhelm ourselves. Even if you do, you know, have this long list of things that, and you do manage to implement them, the likelihood is that you're not going to be able to sustain them because you're trying to set too many new habits at once. And that is why most people only manage to implement a new diet for a few days or a few weeks before they fall off the wagon, and then they feel like they're a failure. They think, why can't I do this? And there's lots of reasons why it doesn't work. One of them is to do with just how overwhelming it is and how many changes you're trying to make in one go. The other side of it is how restrictive dieting and, you know, calories aren't the answer. There's much more to it than that. There's things like your hormones, your blood sugars, your metabolism, all sorts of things that really determine whether your body is going to be burning or storing fat. So that's a whole other conversation. But for now, the main thing to focus on is just doing one thing at a time. So my homework for you today, and you can do it right now, is just decide what is the one thing that you can do that you know is going to be beneficial for you, that you can start implementing right away, so that you can start this process of moving yourself forwards. So one thing, it might be to drink enough water, it could be to get to bed earlier, it might be to eat more green vegetables, it could be to have more protein, that's a good one. It really could be anything. So think of one thing that you're going to do and do it. That's what you've got to do to get started. Simple, right? So that's what you need to do today. And as I said, if you haven't watched the rest of this motivation series, then please do, because the mindset piece is so important. The self-belief that you're able to achieve this is so important. And getting those foundations in place to get your blood sugar stable so that you're on an even keel is so important as well. So that's all I've got for you today, and that's all I've got for you this week. The motivation week is over. So hopefully you found it helpful to get you moving in the right direction. Let me know if it has. I'd love to hear your feedback. And I'll be back next week to continue talking to you about all things hormones, health, weight loss. Have a lovely, lovely day and a good weekend. And I'll see you all really soon. Bye.